Dave, in the ABC 7 Weather Lab, we now have a tornado warning. We were just talking about this thunderstorm, a severe thunderstorm warning. Now the National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning. This is until 3:45 for this area. We're talking about Horizon City. You can see some of the other areas in town right along Interstate 10, portions of the lower valley. It's a radar-indicated tornado, potential tornado, so we're seeing some rotation. We don't have anybody on the ground that says, yeah, it's actually touching the ground, but again, it's radar indicated at this point. Again, this is the area until 3:45. Let's go ahead and take a look at Doppler radar and take a look at this particular storm. Here it is. South of El Paso, you can see that spinning, which is occurring. Look which way it is heading. It is making its way towards you folks in Socorro, you folks in San Eli as well. Take cover. Interior room. You want to go into a bathroom or a closet. Cover your head. That's most important. You're in a mobile home. You want to get out of that mobile home. Again, tornado warning. This is in place until 3:45 for portions of the lower valley. This is the area that we are concerned with right now, Socorro down to San Eli. We're going to take it to our ABC channel News 1, which is 7.3, digital 7.3. So very shortly we're going to go to that. We'll walk you through this storm. So again, 7.3 over the air. That's where we'll be. We'll continue to keep you up to date right here on ABC 7 as well. All right. That's where we'll be. We'll continue to keep you up to date right here on ABC 7.
All right. Now through Thursday at Furniture Row, you'll find special deals throughout on many clearance and discontinued items with savings up to 70%.
Hey, Doc, let us know when you want to go on 24/7, please.
Okay. Give us a couple minutes. Can you quick call John? Tell those guys there's a warning on that. I'll call. Well, Jerry, I'm sure the newsroom knows. You might want to let them know. Okay. Do we have a mic for Nicole? Jerry. Yeah, there's a tornado warning on that. There is. So it's radar indicated, but it's heading toward, it's for Socorro, San Eli area. Okay. Yeah, it's right. Like I said, it's radar, and it's moving very fast at this point. So it's already starting to move in Socorro. So we may use you for a phone or two. So if you start seeing anything, give us a call. We could use some conversation for the 24/7 channel. Okay, thanks. Bye bye. All right. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just going to leave it on, whatever. Storm we here. What's our chat saying? Radar indicated hail. We're looking at headache. Golf ball, right? Northeast 30. Okay, I got it programmed at 30. Where's our? Not around. Hey, Art, we may need to call Jerry. He's on the storm, one of our photographer.
He's out there?
Yeah. I'm just going to give you his number.
You have the number?
Yeah, let me write it down here.
Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Mic check, mic check.
Check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, Doppler Dave in the ABC 7 Weather Lab, we are watching a potential tornado. We have a tornado warning that was issued by the National Weather Service. This is the area. Now, it's until 3:45 this afternoon. Again, it's radar indicated. Doppler radar is showing some twisting going on, some rotation with this supercell, and potentially it could drop and touch the ground. Has it yet? We haven't had confirmation of it being on the ground. We have daylight, obviously. Folks can certainly see if it is on the ground, but this is the area under that tornado warning. You have Socorro, you have San Eli, this area right along Interstate 10, right along Highway 20, right along the border. This is the area that is under the tornado warning. Outside here in the yellow, this is a severe thunderstorm warning. But again, this storm moving very rapidly at about 30 miles an hour to the northeast. The threat, obviously, with the potential tornado would be large hail. We certainly could be looking at hail the size of ping pong ball, golf ball size hail with this storm. So you want to take cover. You want to go into an interior room, a closet, a bathroom. Certainly you want to do that. Horizon City, you folks are part of that tornado warning as well out in that general area. And again, this whole area under the gun. I want to take a look at Doppler radar and show you this storm. Here it is. And maybe we can zoom in a little bit tighter on this one. But here it is. You can see the colors here. Again, this is really the hail core here, where we're looking at potential hail, maybe again ping pong ball size, golf ball size hail with this storm. This is where the brunt is. This is where we could be seeing a little bit of some rotation down there. There's a look at our hail tracks. This is an idea of how large the hail could be. Let's go ahead and click on some of these again. Look at that, 2.4 inch diameter hail, 2.3. Again, so maybe working our way, not only golf ball size, but even maybe tennis ball size hail. I'm sorry, our producer was talking to us. Chris, go ahead. We're going to be on ABC 7 here in 60 seconds. But again, this is the thunderstorm at this moment, the potential tornado that is going on. And again, there's a look at some of the rotation that is developing out there. You can see some of the rain out there in Homestead Meadows. We have a tracker on it. One of our photographers, and I know Nicole, we've been watching the cell as well. Maybe we can have Jerry, contact Jerry in a little bit as well.
Oh,
we do have Jerry.
Jerry, yes.
We do have Jerry right now. So, Jerry, can you hear me? Hello, Jerry. Go ahead if you can hear me, Jerry. Jerry was, I'm sorry?
We lost Jerry.
We lost Jerry. Okay, maybe we can get Jerry back. Again, we're going to be joining KVIA ABC 7 here in just a little bit so you can kind of switch over. But again, there is a look at our traffic cams. Well, Lab, we are tracking a possible tornado. We do have a tornado warning on this particular storm right here, and it is until 3:45. In fact, there's the warning. Again, this is radar indicated. We do not have confirmation that the tornado is actually on the ground. Radar indicated. The Doppler radar is seeing some rotation going on. Now, we do have folks in and around it, one of which is one of our photographers, reporter. Jerry's out there tracking the storm. But this is the whole area. You folks are under the gun. If we can kind of pull things out a little bit, again, Horizon City. We're talking about Berlin. There's Horizon City right here. You folks are under the tornado warning, again, till 3:45. Where do you go when we have a tornado warning and a potential maybe tornado touching the ground? Well, you want to go in an interior room. You want to go into a closet, a bathroom, lowest level of your floor. If you're in a mobile home, certainly you want to get out of it and exit that, because those things can just be picked up if indeed this is going to develop on the ground. If you have a jacket, winter clothes, gloves, hat, football helmet, whatever the case may be, you want to put that on. You want to protect your head. So climb into the bathtub. Get away from windows. You want to be in a big interior room. Look at the rain that is coming down. In fact, this potential severe storm may be rain-wrapped. In that case, sometimes it's really hard to see, but it looks like we can make out here from our traffic cameras out there. Folks driving the interstate, again, can be very dangerous at this point. I know we're watching Jerry. Nicole, have we seen any updates on the National Weather Service chat?
Just checked. We haven't got any updates as of now, but I'm keeping a close eye on it. One thing I do notice is that it's saying that with this tornado warning, we could see possible golf ball size hail. That's just how severe this storm is. And as Doppler, you just mentioned, it's mainly affecting the lower valley area around South America's, Padres Drive, North Loop along I-10. So definitely taking a punch around the lower valley at far east El Paso.
Yeah, this is obviously down here, the southern end of the storm, where we could see some of that rotation that is occurring that we're kind of concerned about at this point. Maybe, Nicole, we can do a track here in just a little bit and track this storm, again, moving 30 miles an hour to the northeast. But again, you can see a nice little V-notch here that is developing there. That's a good tornado signature. And again, if we track this thing, we're talking about some of the time frames potentially with the storm as it moves to the northeast. We're talking about Horizon City at about 3:32 here, so in another 15 minutes or so. Homestead Meadows at 3:46. Waco Tanks, you folks are in the path of this storm as well, maybe just a little after 4 o'clock. But again, it is moving to the northeast at 30 miles an hour. And again, very heavy rain coming out of this. The potential for some large hail. Anytime we're talking about, you know, a potential tornado, you're going to be looking at some large hail. Golf ball size hail, pretty common. Tennis ball size hail, pretty common. Even larger than that. So that can do a lot of damage. Now, you folks out ahead of it. We're talking about Homestead Meadows, still Horizon City. If you have some time, you might want to put your car in the garage, put it under some kind of covering. This hail is going to be large. It's going to be damaging hail. More than likely. Not much you can do about your roof. But certainly if you have some patio furniture outdoors, you might want to quickly try to tie it down or take it inside. And again, there's another look from our cameras. The rain is just really coming down. Hard to see any hail. Kind of looking pretty close there. We don't really see any hail coming down, but very likely we are. But you can see the folks. Look at the folks on the interstate driving slow. Some have pulled over. The rain is that heavy at this point. So really coming down there, that's the horizon camera that we're looking at. Again, there's that storm. That is from our mountain camera, and look at that thing. That is a supercell there that is dropping all that rain. And again, the atmosphere is so ripe tonight, and it will be likely tomorrow again. We have all the ingredients, we talked about this yesterday, to see these potential severe weather storms, possible tornadoes out there. So we're going to continue with this late tonight and even into tomorrow. So certainly you want to be very weather aware. Keep it here at ABC 7. And if you're going to be heading out tonight, you want to be very careful if you're going to be spending any time outdoors, because these storms can develop in a hurry. Again, there's that tornado warning until 3:45. Take another look at Doppler radar here. And this whole area also under a flash flood watch. That means conditions are favorable where we could see some flooding out there. We're talking about 1, 2, maybe 3 inches of rain. These supercells, by the way, can drop a lot of rain. Not only hail, and very strong damaging winds, but a lot of rain in a short period of time. Not uncommon to see, an inch, 2 inches of rain coming out of these storms. And then we're also tracking some other storms well down towards the south and the southwest, heading in the same direction to the northeast. So we call that the training effect. One storm hits you, then a little bit later, you got another storm that comes in. All right, let's try Jerry. Jerry, our photographer, is out here tracking this storm. He's been driving in that general area, keeping an eyeball on it for us. Jerry, can you hear me? How about Jerry? We have Jerry? All right, we lost Jerry. We'll try to get him back in a little bit. Right now, again, Edgemere Boulevard. Rain's coming down pretty heavy. As you progress a little bit more towards the south and the southwest, the rain gets heavier. I mean, we're talking about, again, those reds and some of those purples. That's some very heavy rain that is ongoing. Let's take it a little bit farther down towards the south, Nicole, if we can. There's Horizon City. Maybe let's zoom in a little bit to Horizon City.
1, 2.
And there you see Horizon City, mainly just a little bit of light
3, 4,
rain.
5, 6, 7,
All right,
8, 9, 10.
we have Jerry now. Jerry, where are you? What are you seeing?
Dave, I am on Socorro Road, near the intersection of Socorro and Horizon Boulevard. The rain started coming down like crazy, very heavy rain. Within about 5 to 10 minutes, pea-sized hail started coming down. There's a lot of flooding on the roads. A lot of people I'm at a gas station. We're going to try to go live. There's about 12 cars under the gas station right now. Everybody's ducking for cover. We actually had to pull over and give an elderly woman a ride to her home because the hail was just pounding on her. It seems like the hail has passed, but definitely still rain out here. Definitely still some flooded roads, and a lot of people pulled over on the side of the road trying to keep it safe out here.
Okay, Jerry, I'm going to try to, maybe we can get Nicole to kind of, give me your location again. Maybe Nicole can kind of drill into your area, and we can kind of pinpoint maybe what you're seeing as well with some, you said you're maybe picking up some marble-sized hail?
I'm picking up some pea-sized hail, even some marble-sized hail. I'm at the intersection of Socorro and Horizon.
Okay, so you're in that general area. Okay, Jerry, just kind of hang with us if you can. We're taking a look at Doppler radar, and again, we're tracking this potential tornado. If you're just joining us, this is a tornado warning issued by the National Weather Service until 3:45 for portions of the lower valley. Again, you folks in Socorro, Horizon City, there's that warning marker until 3:45. Again, it's Doppler radar indicated. Nicole is watching our National Weather Service chat. We're keeping contact with the Weather Service, with ham operators. Nicole, what are you finding out?
Well, as of now, we are also working hand in hand, of course, with our newsroom, and we want to let the parents know Clint ISD is keeping the students at the school as of right now. So we're going to continue to work with the schools and bring you any updates, but as of now, they're holding the students inside of the schools, and that's for Clint ISD Doppler.
Okay. Yep. Again, this storm, I know we've been saying it, it's radar indicated. It's showing rotation on the Doppler radar. We haven't had any confirmation of it touching the ground, but we have daylight out there. It's obviously easy to see as long as it's not rain-wrapped. And you can see now how the rain is really coming down hard. That makes it a little bit more difficult to see it. And when drivers are on the interstate, many of them don't know what's ahead of them. The rain's coming down so hard, they just think it's a big gully washer. And sometimes they just keep going. That's really the wrong thing to do. You want to just kind of stay over to the side and let it pass if you can, because you just never know if you're going to be driving into a tornado, or you could be driving into some large hail, which can do a lot of damage. And again, this hail could. We're getting estimates maybe of the hail size. 2.5-inch diameter hail. We're talking about ping pong ball size hail, maybe a little bit larger than that. We haven't had any official reports out there, but again, we have some of our crew, which is chasing the storm. They're on the storm. They're looking at it. We haven't had any reports of, it is touching the ground, but certainly, again, that is that tornado warning issued by the National Weather Service. Maybe we can go and track this storm again, Nicole. I know Nicole's busy checking all the different our web pages, seeing what people are saying out there that live in the area. And again, there's some of the rotation that is occurring out there at this point, and this is the track of it. You can see this cone. When you get towards the end of this cone, right here is where it was. That's where the storm is projected to be within about an hour. But again, it is making its way towards the northeast at 30 miles an hour. So there you see Horizon City at about 3:31. So again, you folks in Horizon City, this is where we're seeing the rotation. Right around the Socorro area. This is where potentially that tornado could drop. And you can see kind of that V-notch, a good tornado signature that is out there. So this is the area we're concerned about. All you folks in this general area, you want to take cover. We mentioned again, we talked this, a lot of folks aren't used to seeing tornadic weather here in the El Paso area. We don't have it very often at all. But you want to get in the lowest level of your floor. A lot of us don't have basements. In fact, many of us don't have any basements. If you live in an apartment, you want to go maybe downstairs to a friend's house or a relative's house and get inside an interior room, a closet, a bathtub. You don't want to be out in open space. You want to get away from windows because obviously when you have that circulation, that wind that's blowing around, that's what can do a lot of damage to your body. So I always say, hey, grab a winter coat, grab a helmet, cover your head, get down and wait. Keep it right here at ABC 7. We'll, again, walk you through this thunderstorm and this severe weather event which is occurring out there. And there you can see the purples. This is more than likely, this whole area, you know, you get around East Lake and right along Interstate 10. This is likely where we're seeing that hail core, where the hail is coming down. The other areas where you see some of the reds, maybe not so much, maybe a little pea-sized hail, which is occurring there. I don't know if we still have Jerry. Jerry, you still on with us?
Dave.
Okay, yeah, what do you see?
I'm still here, Dave. You know what, Dave? The storm here has died down. It is sprinkling. It is lightly sprinkling. There's still a lot of water on the roadways, but the sun's actually back out. It was pitch black a little while ago. You couldn't see about half a block down. You couldn't see anything. So the storm has definitely passed this area that we're at. Still some flooded roads. I'm seeing a lot of cars back on the road. The roads actually got empty for a while because the hail was just so bad. But it looks like everything's kind of clearing up now. Headed north, I guess, towards the I-10. I'm on Socorro, so the freeway is north of me.
Jerry, you see any, I mean, you certainly have an eye. Is the rain giving you a little problem seeing if we have an actual tornado on the ground or not?
No, actually, on where I'm at right now, it has passed. So I cannot, I know that it still looks really dark. There's still a lot of clouds. I could still hear some thunder towards I-10. So it's literally moving right now.
Okay, so are you on the west side of that storm? Kind of the southwest side? The storm has passed you?
Yeah, I'm south of the storm now.
Okay, you're south of the storm now. Okay. Maybe what we can have you do is just kind of track it. It's going to be, you know, right around the Socorro area. That's where we're seeing some of the rotation. But maybe if you can kind of head a little bit more towards the northeast, and maybe if you see anybody, you know, where they could maybe mention if we had a touchdown or not. But maybe you can head out that way.
You got it, Dave. You got it.
And the roads, you said the roads are they're all pretty wet. Any flooded roadways that you see? We're watching
yes,
on our.
Yes.
Okay.
I am seeing that. I am seeing flooded roadways out here in Socorro. There's people actually driving towards, like, they're driving out of the way of the flooded roads. You know, there's some cars taking alternate routes. Like, I can see a road down for me, and people are just completely avoiding that road because it's so flooded right now.
Okay. All right, thanks, Jerry. Yeah, if you want to go ahead and pursue that storm, and again, it's moving to the northeast at about 30 miles an hour, and then we can check back with you perhaps a little bit later. Maybe want to go back to Nicole. Nicole, what are you hearing on the chats?
Nothing in the chat, Stoffler, but we're getting plenty of viewer photos, which we definitely appreciate. A lot of interesting photos. I'm trying to compile them together right now so we can show them to you on air. And just a reminder, if you have any photos, please send them to us. We're at KVIA.com for our email address, Facebook, KVIA.com. You can also shoot us a tweet at ABC7 Storm Track. So I'm checking on the photos right now. Even if you have videos, or just write us a message telling us what you see in your area so we get a better idea of what's going on in your neighborhood. But
Okay.
we got a lot, Doppler.
Yeah, I know we're running back and forth there, and thanks, Nicole. You're checking all the media sources, National Weather Service chat. Again, we're in contact with the National Weather Service that issued the warning, and a lot of folks go into that room and share information about where the storm is, what they're seeing out there, maybe the potential hail size. So we're doing that. We're tweeting out there. Nicole is doing that, and sending out Facebook messages as well. But there is that storm, and you can see horizon. That's where the storm, here's horizon right there, and you can see the brunt of the storm is just off to the west of you guys. You're seeing some pretty good rain at this point. Maybe the rain's letting up a little bit, but a little bit farther towards the west, that's where we're starting to get the purple colors there, which is indicative of some very heavy rain and the potential hail. Now, again, the potential hail size is maybe, again, golf ball size hail, potentially with that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the hail size. This is our Doppler radar. And we can kind of project perhaps how large the hail is, but we'll check on some of these, and we start looking at, 2.5. Now we're up to maybe 3 in some of these spots. So potentially maybe hen egg size hail with this storm. One thing about tornadoes, which kind of gives you a clue, is when you start looking at some large hail coming down, I mean, obviously it's a supercell, but there's the potential that you could be looking at maybe a tornado formation, some rotation going on in the mesocyclone. So that's what we're kind of monitoring at this point. And we can take it back maybe to Doppler radar, just kind of loop it for you and show the direction of the storm. Again, moving northeast, 30 miles an hour. And Jerry, again, was going to be chasing that thing up towards the northeast. There's a look at the wide end of things. And I think Jerry was basically just kind of a little bit off towards the southwest there. But there was the rotation. There's our tornado signature that we had there. Maybe we can widen it out just a little bit, Nicole, if we could. But there you go. There's where we're seeing some potential rotation right here. Again, there's Horizon City. We'd like to get a call maybe from some of you folks in Horizon City, at least if you can tweet us. You can send us, go to KVIA.com and go to our Facebook page and let us know what you're seeing. I know Nicole's looking at all the pictures there. But again, there's the roads. There's Horizon Boulevard. Horizon Boulevard, just starting to see some of that hail core move in place. There it is. So this is where the potential is for some damaging hail out there. And of course, farmers got to be concerned about their cotton, about their pecan trees. That hail comes down, it strips the trees of the pecans. It just tears them up, tears up the cotton. Whatever you may have growing out there, that's a big concern. Also, cattle ranchers, big concern for their cattle. A lot of cattle out there don't have protection. They don't know what to do when they're caught in a hailstorm, and it can do a lot of damage to the herds there too. There's, again, our cameras out there. That's Horizon. You can see the rain not really coming down as much as it did. You see the water in the roadways, the semis out there, the cars just going very slowly out there, and you can see that dark sky where that potential tornado is. Again, radar indicated. Don't have any boots on the ground that says, yes, indeed, we do have a tornado on the ground, but it's just starting to make its way into Horizon City. So you folks in Horizon City, take cover with this storm. Again, interior room, away from windows, where you want to be. You're in a mobile home, you want to get out of your mobile home. If you're in a mobile home complex, you don't have any homes around there, sometimes you can just crawl into a little culvert or something. You got to watch out for the water. The rain's really coming down, they can be flooded, but it's better than being in your mobile home, because those mobile homes can be easily picked up. More than likely, this tornado, we don't have the big ones that you see in Texas Panhandle, you have in Oklahoma. You get in the EF3s, EF2s, EF4s. We don't have those giant ones. We tend to stay a little bit on the lower end of things. EF0, EF1, wind speeds maybe 70 miles an hour, maybe upwards of 100, 110. You have the top end of that, 100, 110, pretty fierce wind. But generally, we don't have the big monster tornadoes out there. Again, let's take a look at our track here. There's Horizon City, 3:37. So we're getting pretty close to that time. Butterfield at 3:58. Waco Tanks. Again, you are going to be under the gun. The storm is heading in your direction. So you want to make a plan here. Again, cars in the garage. Protect some of your patio furniture. You might want to tie it down, that type of thing, but maybe 411. Nicole, any new information out there?
Not yet. Mainly the photos that we are getting into the Weather Lab on our Facebook page and tweets are basically wall clouds as of now. But I also have a photo of hail that is out in Clint, I believe. So we need more of your photos. Just keep us in the know of what's going on in your area.
And where do they send them to, Nicole?
You can tweet us at ABC7 Storm Track. And Facebook, KVIA.com. You can also email us, weather@KVIA.com. No, not only that, but you can log on to KVIA.com. We actually have this radar image posted on our website, so you can actually track the storms with you. While you're there, you can also click on the weather tab and check out our interactive radar and log on, or I should say download our free app while you're on the website. It's very helpful. I have it on my phone, Doppler.
Okay, yeah, and I understand we have other reporters, maybe other photographers heading in that direction, so we're sending a crew out there. We already have Jerry tracking that storm as well, so we have at least an eyeball on this one. He's kind of racing towards it, following it as it moves towards the northeast. Let's kind of widen things out. There's Horizon City again, and there is that storm. You know how it's compacted itself a little bit. It used to be a little bit wider, so sometimes these get into the cooler air, the downdraft stage, and sometimes they can just very much weaken. But again, the storm is not maybe as large as it was when we first kind of came on the air, but right now it's starting to move out here into the far eastern portions of El Paso County. Then eventually you can see how it takes it into Hudspeth County. You folks in Homestead Meadows, again, the brunt of that storm staying just south of you folks, but really right on top of Horizon City. You folks getting pounded likely with, in some parts of town, with some of the heavier rain. But again, there's a look at our camera, and you can see that some of them are trying to make out. Looks like this may be a little hail that is developing. Hard to see there on the traffic cam, but we certainly showing that big hail core. Look at that white spike right here. Boy, that could potentially be some very large hail with that one there. That is a color that we don't always see very often when we talk about hail cores, but certainly you get that lighter pink, the little purples there. Pretty indicative of some big size hail, so we'll try to get some reports there. Storm again, moving towards the northeast. Let's kind of zoom out a little bit, Nicole. Maybe look at the rest of the area. Maybe if there's some storms behind this one down towards the southwest. We were looking at some storms earlier. Now this one, well towards our southwest. This is just a little guy at this point, but we'll have to watch it. The storms that have been coming in from the southwest, those have been the ones that have been showing rotation on it. But this is the biggest one out there. Then we have this one right here, again, making its way towards El Paso. It's going to be a while yet. Of course, they are making their way at about 30 miles an hour, so roughly we could be looking at maybe right around the 4 o'clock hour, a little bit after that. A little bit farther towards the north. Well, let's look at Del City. Del City's got a pretty good storm there. Even northeast of Del City and farther down towards the southwest. Here's Del City right here, and you can see south of town. There's a pretty good storm there. That is a lonely thunderstorm too, so that very well could turn into a supercell. I believe we do maybe not have a warning on this one, but it's going to stay south of you folks in Del City. Yeah, we have a severe thunderstorm warning on that one. That's until 3:45 as well. But you folks in Del City, the brunt of it's going to be south of you guys, and that's making its way towards the Guadalupe Pass area. So that's the direction that it's heading now. Again, there's that severe thunderstorm warning for portions of eastern El Paso County, and we also have the tornado warning until 3:45. Haven't noticed with the National Weather Service chat, we're still looking at pretty much radar indicated. Huh, Nicole?
Doppler, I do want to mention that the National Weather Service actually tweeted out a few photos of some clouds. They're more than likely wall-based clouds, but if we have those photos and we can show them, again, the National Weather Service posted these. We also have the photos that our viewers are posting on our social media sites, and of course I'm building those, but here's an image from, I can't see the name, sorry about that. Here's a photo of the cloud that the National Weather Service posted. It says it's a well-defined wall cloud moving near Socorro in the lower valley of El Paso, and this is courtesy of Sabrina Covington. So that gives you an idea of just what that cell looks like when it's actually not on the radar. Here's the next photo that the National Weather Service tweeted, saying that the storm's approaching Socorro from Mexico. So it was moving in from the south, and again, these storms, I should say, can produce damaging winds, and as we already saw on Doppler radar, it's also indicating large hail, Doppler.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that's a classic when you look at them and you talk to people about wall clouds. There you see that little protrusion coming out of that storm, that base there, and that's where you look to see some rotation that could be taking place as well. But again, sometimes it's hard to see if that tornado, if it's coming out of there, is touching the ground or not. But at least the Doppler radar has been indicating that it is spinning a bit, that it is rotating. Of course, it is a supercell, and that's what tornadoes form from, supercells. These are just giant storms that are just sucking up the energy. I mean, you got updrafts, you got downdrafts occurring, and you have large hail, you have very heavy rain. Sometimes, as I mentioned, with these supercells, they get rain wrapped, and the rain's coming down so hard, along with some of the hail, you can't see if there's a tornado on the ground as of yet. But again, this one moving to the northeast. Waco tanks. Again, it's just southbound of you guys. We can see how our track is taking it to the northeast, kind of taking it away from you guys. But certainly you could see some rain and even some gusty winds. Yeah, these things can also send out outflow boundaries, which can really pick up the wind speeds. You could be talking about gusts easily 60, 70 miles an hour from outflow boundaries. So even though you look at the storm and you go, well, it's still well south of the area and we see the track and it's taking it to the northeast, you still could get some damaging winds and even a little bit of some hail with it, although the brunt of it. Homestead Meadows just staying south of town. Let's head a little bit to the west, Nicole, if we can. We take a look at Horizon City. All right, you folks in Socorro, San Eli, the danger has passed. Okay, you're okay at this point. Horizon City, we're starting to see that storm again pushing out of your area. We still have a little bit there in town there. You can see you're on the southwest side of that thunderstorm. So as far as the hail core, as far as the heavy rain, it should be letting up for you guys. But the brunt of it is making its way to the northeast. So we're talking about that storm pushing well towards the northeast. I'm assuming we still have Jerry tracking the storm. I don't know when he'll get back in touch with us, but Nicole, we have reporters out there. We have photographers who are chasing that storm as well.
And our weather watchers, again, we need your photos, weather at KVIA.com, our Facebook page, KVIA.com. Send us a tweet. And I just got an alert from the Weather Service. I believe this tornado warning has been extended until 4:15. So it doesn't look like it's letting up anytime soon. Let's see if it's been updated on radar yet. It's still saying 3:45 on Doppler radar, but like I said, the Weather Service just extended it until about 4:15. So as soon as it gets updated in our system, I'll be sure to post that online. And we've been frequently updating social media throughout the afternoon, and we'll do so this evening. But Doppler, we do have Jerry on the line.
Yeah, Jerry, I know you're tracking the storm. You're going after it. What can you tell us about it at this point?
We're right here on Loop 375 in Alameda right now. The storm has passed. We did get hit pretty hard. At first it came down with some rains. Within like 10 minutes we got a lot of hail. There was a pea-sized to marble-sized hail. A lot of people pulling over on the side of the roads, taking cover. It hailed for about a good 5 to 10 minutes. Like I told you earlier, we even had to pull over and give a elderly woman a ride home. She was just walking and the hail was pelting her. There's a lot of flooded roads going into Socorro. We're definitely, right now, we're moving towards the far east. That's where the storm looks like it's headed right now. As you can see, there's a lot of dark clouds out there. You can but definitely valley, some wet roads. And this is like it's moving, it's continuing on. If you look to my right here, I don't know if you can get that, Johnny. There's some dark clouds with some looks like there's some low-level clouds out there. Don't know what that means necessarily, Dave. Maybe you could talk a little bit about on that. But we are definitely tracking this storm right now. We're following it to the far east.
Yeah, you can, Jerry, we may have lost you a little bit. I know you're traveling at this point. But yeah, you can see that supercell structure. Look how wide that thing is. I mean, if we can kind of pan and look at the entire structure of this storm, it is just a massive storm. That's what supercells are. And boy, these things are just feeding on all that available moisture and sucking up all that energy. Now, when you take a look at our Doppler radar at this point, here we have a little bit of an inflow notch. This is where we could be seeing some rotation right here. The wind's rushing into that storm, so this is where we're concerned about maybe a little rotation yet in that storm. Again, we haven't had any reports of the tornado or the funnel touching ground. So even though it still is a tornado warning, we're seeing rotation, so we don't want to take any chances because it could touch down. Sometimes these storms touch down, they go back up, or they dip down a little bit, don't actually hit the ground, they come back up some. So that's what we're looking at. And there you can see that base. Look at that. There is that portion of that supercell. We got a live, I believe that's a live shot. Is that a live shot, guys? That's a live shot that we're doing right now as we track this storm and go after that thing. And again, you folks, give us any information. We welcome that as well. But this is the long storm. This other one, Nicole, as we go down to this one, and then we'll take a look at that the other storm here in just a minute. This one we are watching. Again, 32 miles away, but it's showing some signs of weakening. That's not to say it can't pick up a little bit, but this is really not a concern right now. But as you can see, it is heading towards the El Paso area. Let's jump back on our severe weather storm there, and that potential, well, that is a tornado warning. There's Butterfield. You folks in Butterfield, there is the storm there. You can see it's kind of changing a little bit, but lots of lightning with it, lots of heavy rain. The purple's there. Maybe we can check and do a little hail core. I know Nicole is working with all the conditions and checking our National Weather Service chat. So we're staying busy here trying to get the latest information. But again, if we take a look at horizons, there's Horizon Boulevard. There's the hail size. Again, so we're still looking at potentially, you know, upwards of hen egg size hail with the storm. Maybe a little bit larger, a little bit less the farther you head towards the southwest. But this doesn't mean that's exactly what's happened. It just gives us an indication of the potential with the hail cores here. Doesn't mean they're actually getting hen egg size hail or ping pong ball size hail. But anytime you're talking about a supercell, that's what we could be seeing. You generally get some large hail that is out there. We know we have a lot of farm country. We have a lot of cattle ranches out in this area. I know the cattle farmers, cattle herders, not very happy with this. Can certainly wipe out a herd and do some damage if you get that large hail there. But again, now we have extended that tornado warning. National Weather Service had it till 3:45. Now it's been extended to 4:15. That's why it's continuing to track to the northeast. Let's look at that storm. Nicole, I know you're jumping back and forth. Maybe if we can kind of look at that one that was right around Del City as well. That was a severe thunderstorm warning. It was looking to stay just south of you folks in Del City as it makes its way to the northeast as well. Again, we have our ABC7 crew live. You can see the rainbow. The sun's behind them. As we have clearing sky, the rain is in front of them. That's the only way to see that rainbow, and they're seeing that right now as they track that. A lot of folks, now our guys there know there's a potential tornado. Some of them, maybe those truck drivers, they don't know. That could be ahead of them. There's some of the flooding that we have out there. Look at that. That is Interstate 10, and boy, folks are just, you could see the potential. When you're dealing with supercells, you're dealing with, boy, serious weather. Heavy, heavy rain. Sometimes these storms, 1 inch, 2 inch, upwards of 3 inches of rain can be deposited by these storms. And boy, we're looking at a lot of wet roadways, flooded roadways. Folks just taking their time. That's exactly what you want to do or get off the road. All right, here's the other one. Del City. We have Guadalupe Pass heading towards you folks, maybe roughly at about 4:13. Nickel Creek Station, again, 5:25. Del City is over here. There's Del City. You folks maybe picked up some rain, maybe the winds picked up a little bit, but the good news is for you folks, the damaging part of the storm is well towards the southeast of you guys, so you're not going to be concerned about this storm. So you can relax here. Guadalupe Pass, the folks that are up there, maybe we have some campers out there. That's going to be concerned because this storm is just generally heading in that direction. Farther up towards the north, do we have anything maybe across southern New Mexico? I see Las Cruces, we're free of storms, although as you head up towards the Gila there, you get around Silver City, we have some big-time storms too. I don't see any severe thunderstorm warnings on these particular storms as of yet. Well, this one might be, again, but this is south of Silver City. We don't have a severe thunderstorm warning on this, although this one is pretty strong too as it makes its way towards the north. Again, these storms moving quick. They're going to hit, they're going to continue to move and dump quite a bit of rain. I mean, it's a good thing that these storms are not slow movers because then you can just get too much rain in a short period of time, but they are on the move. But if you're just joining us, we have a tornado warning now until 4:15. for this portion of El Paso County, now extended into the far western portions of Hudspeth County. Again, 415 here, where you see this cone. If you are in the path of this general area, now some of it, as you get out into Hudspeth County, that's open land there, open desert land, but you folks in Horizon City, you are still under that tornado warning. South of there, the warning is not in effect for you folks. The storm has passed you by, so you can relax at this point. Horizon City, you're getting seeing that thunderstorm again, pushing towards the northeast right now. The other areas, areas to the east of us, we're talking about flash flood watches out in that general direction. That just means conditions are favorable, that we could see some very heavy rains, not only tonight, but we're expecting more of this weather to continue tomorrow. Tomorrow we're not going to be out of the woods. We expect more potential for some severe weather, and yes, there could be an isolated tornado that could pop tomorrow as well. So we're going to be in this game, looks like all the way through at least tomorrow night, maybe into Thursday, although the severe weather threat is expected to be reduced a bit once we head into Thursday and Friday. There's the rainbow. We got a live shot. We're driving down Interstate 10. We're tracking that supercell out there. You can see that rainbow which is occurring, but boy, look at that storm. We were watching a little bit of earlier, some overshooting tops, which is indicative of a severe storm and of a supercell. But there it is. Again, we're on the roads. We're going after that storm, making sure that folks are safe. We can get you alerted to what's coming in your direction. There's a shot from our mountain camera there, and you can see the sun reflecting off the cloud tops there, making it appear that white. And where it's all shaded, that's the dark colors, but that is a huge thunderstorm. And maybe we can take our tracker off, Nicole. It's looking like it is beginning to maybe hitting some cooler air here, weakening just a bit. This is a little bit of a better sign here, looking at this thunderstorm. Notice we lost a lot of the purples here, the big hail core. We still have a little bit of a protrusion down here, a little inflow notch perhaps. So, again, as the National Weather Service watches the storm, keeping that warning going until 4:15. You can see some of the lightning strikes that are developing with it as well. But again, we're not seeing a lot of those, the white colors, that we were showing, and some of the purples, which shows maybe a little bit bigger hail cores to it. This is what we're seeing at this point. I don't know if Jerry, can you hear me? I don't know if Jerry's... Nope. Okay, Jerry doesn't have us. And Nicole, we getting any more pictures? I'm sure folks are still trying to send some stuff in.
We are getting some more pictures. If we can go ahead and pull those up. I want to remind you again, Facebook, KVIA.com, Twitter, at ABC7 Storm Track. And please use the hashtag ABC7 First Alert. That way we can find you. Again, that's ABC7 First Alert. That was just a photo of hail. This is a photo of down, looks like horizon. That's what that says. From Nancy. We can take another photo here from Jay, a huge rainbow on East Lake Boulevard, so that's nice. And the other photo that we just saw looked like it was a wall cloud. And more hail from Horizon City. This one is from Claudia Murphy. Again, don't forget to send us your photos, hashtag ABC7 First Alert, so we can find your pictures. Here's another one from Christina. No tornado, just a rainbow, and this was also taken out in Horizon City. Claudia sent us this hail. Looks like it's probably about maybe marble size, quarter size hail. So this storm definitely packed a punch out there. Bobby Franco sent this one of the wall cloud in Horizon City. So we definitely have a lot of nice photos of the wall clouds that were mainly out towards our east. And looks like Isaac sent us another photo of this cloud as well. So hashtag ABC7 First Alert. And we showed you this photo a little earlier, and if you missed it, the National Weather Service sent this one out, Doppler.
Yeah, I mean, there you can see the wall cloud there. Look at the folks just kind of looking at that thing. You can see what looks like, seeing some rotation of that. I know we don't have the video of it, but again, certainly a storm you have to warn on. Potential tornado warning. All the ingredients are together tonight. We'll have some similar ingredients, although maybe a little bit less tomorrow, but still there's the potential that we could see some severe weather and an isolated tornado. Now, let me tell you, when you take some pictures and you maybe have some videos of hail, to give us a better idea of the size of it, yeah, you can take a tape measure and just, overlay the tape measure next to the hail, whether it be a golf ball size hail, ping pong ball size hail, or you can just put it on your hand and put it next to a golf ball. If you think it's pretty well close to the size of a golf ball, that way we have an idea of how big it is. If it's quarter size, put a quarter next to it if that's what you think it is, or nickel size. Maybe if it's baseball size or hen egg size, go ahead and get an egg out of the refrigerator to show us how similar it is. Maybe you can take a baseball. Maybe you can even take some kind of identifier to show us what is happening at this point. We continue to track some of these storms. We're bringing in Nicole. Nicole's coming in here. All right.
Oh, yeah, just want to remind you about our photos and how you can stay in contact with us throughout the rest of the afternoon and on ABC 7 at 4. And we want to check in with Jerry Nahara. He's been out there storm tracking this storm system the entire afternoon. Jerry, are you there?
I'm here, Nicole. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Jerry. What do you see out there right now, and where are you?
Nicole?
Yes, Jerry.
Okay. Nicole, I am actually on Zaragoza Road headed towards Montana Vista. We were in Socorro maybe about 20 minutes ago. The rains came down really, really hard and fast, really fast. Within 5 to 10 minutes, that area just started getting slammed with pea-sized hail and marble-sized hail. A lot of roads quickly got flooded. But that storm, it just came through. Within 15 minutes, it was gone. It looks like it's heading north towards the Montana Vista area. That's where we are headed right now. There's a lot of on Zaragoza and Edgewood right now. There's a lot of wet roads. It looks like Montana Vista, there are a lot of construction sites. So the first thing that happens when we get really bad winds, when we get really bad rains, is that those construction signs, they fall over, they get into the road. Sometimes they cause road hazards. So for anyone that's going to be driving in the area, just keep an eye out. Slow down a little bit. The roads are still wet. A lot of construction signs could be on the road. There could be some stuff on the road that, you know, just could cause some danger. We're gonna keep going towards Montana Vista, and we'll let you know what's going on over there as far as weather's concerned. Usually they get hit. They also get flooded roads. So we'll be out there within 10 minutes.
All right, Jerry, thank you, and be careful out there. Just want to remind all the parents of Clint ISD students, officials have asked that all students remain safe on the campus. So they're going to stay in the campus until they feel that it is safe to release the students. And of course, we're going to continue to update you on KVIA.com. Now, quick check of Doppler radar. As you can see, the storm is moving towards the east, and it looks like Horizon is still seeing some of that heavier rainfall, but it is moving towards an easterly direction, where we're seeing a lot of the heavier rainfall around Butterfield, Homestead Meadows, but a lot of the colors still moving towards the east. A lot of the pinks, the fuchsias, the reds, oranges, and even the yellows. So again, that storm moving towards the east. As we head a little further out, looks like that storm is getting closer to Guadalupe Pass. A lot of lightning with this storm, strong winds, and of course we've already seen a lot of the hail that has already developed from these storms. So we're going to zoom in a little tighter to the storm that we have been tracking throughout the afternoon, give you an idea of just how large that hail is. So we're going to zoom in just a little bit tighter here. Again, it's moving through Horizon City, around Horizon Boulevard, where our radar is showing that that's where some of the heaviest hail actually hit that area. So 3.5-inch hail, that's what it is showing us right now. That's, I believe, equivalent of a hen egg. So again, definitely seeing some damaging hail, but for the most part that storm has moved towards the east. But we are also tracking several storms throughout the region. Notice around Silver City, the Gila region, and still some moisture well to our south. And we're going to throw on that tornado warning again that has actually been extended until 4:15. And of course, Doppler, we're going to continue to track this on ABC 7 at 4.
Yeah, we're coming up on the newscast, so we'll get a little bit more in depth with that with this storm that we've been tracking now since this afternoon. You know, we were watching this storm earlier this afternoon, and once again we came in. We said, hey, there's going to be the potential that we could see some tornadoes again. Very slight chance. but it certainly can happen. We have all the ingredients coming together. We talk about, you know, making a chocolate chip cookie. If you leave out the butter, you leave out the sugar, it's not going to be a chocolate chip cookie that anybody wants. But we have to have all the ingredients to see a tornado. The mountains don't have a bearing. Just because we have mountains doesn't mean we're not going to see tornadoes. A lot of folks still think that and are shocked to see when we put a tornado warning on there. But the ingredients are here. They're going to be with us tonight and even into tomorrow, so the potential will still be there for a slight risk. You can see horizon there on the cameras that we have, and you can see the slow-moving traffic. We have a lot of water on the roadways. Some of the trucks trying to get through there as well. Some folks, maybe if they don't have the radio on, they don't even know that potentially there is a tornado warning in that area. Look at this shot. Amazing here of all the rain that has come down. These supercells can drop lots of rain. 1 to 2 inches of rain in just a short period of time. And again, these storms, they're not moving slow. They're moving at northeast 30 miles an hour, so they're hitting and making their way out of town. But you can just see the enormous strength, the enormous power of these supercells. Most of the reports, I was just checking the National Weather Service chat, and most of the size hail that we've been getting is about 1 inch in diameter, so about quarter size hail, maybe marble size hail, pretty common. We haven't had any reports of anything larger than that at this point. But again, our crew is chasing this storm, and we're certainly getting some interviews out there where we can, looking for damage. But again, you can see how that thing continues to race. You folks in Waco tanks, again, the brunt of it is south of you guys, thankfully, but it's all pulling towards the northeast. We're going to continue to watch it. We're going to be joining ABC 7 at 4. We'll have all the breaking news and more weather that's coming up next.